Salespeople get a bad rap. We're not the most trusted profession out there. And look, there are sellers out there who go and earn that bad reputation for us on a daily basis. I'm not here to talk to or about those sellers. I'm here to talk to you about all the good that we do. Have you ever stepped back and thought about how much of a difference you have made to people who are nowhere even near the sales process? When you sell, particularly in the B2B arena, you're not just impacting your customers, you're impacting their customers and probably even their customers. This goes out several generations if you want to think about it that way. And when you think about how much good you do in the world, because nothing productive ever happens until somebody makes a sale, it's a lot easier to stay after it. It's a lot easier to make that next effort knowing that it's worthwhile. Not because you're just trying to feed yourself or your family, but because you're trying to make a bigger impact. I ask people all the time, what is your why? Because that why is what drives you. Now, I had the benefit, maybe the luxury, of spending the first 11 plus years of my sales career calling in the same geography on the same industry. That meant that I made some customers for life. And when I started my coaching and consulting business, my first clients also sold to those customers, so I got the benefit of staying in touch with people. What made my day, long after the commission checks were spent, was hearing from a couple of those customers, orthopedic surgeons in this case, who would say, Jeff, I was thinking, because I saw one of those patients come back for a long-term follow-up, or I saw him for something else, and I remember we did that case together. We worked on that case together. I remember the time we spent when I was your customer, essentially. I'm paraphrasing, but they said, because of the work that we did together, I'm a better surgeon. I learned from what you brought me, from the solution you sold. I learned to be a better surgeon, even after I stopped using it after you left the company. That's really fulfilling to hear. I remember another specific incident where I was, on behalf of one of my clients, entertaining my former clients, and I sat across the table from an orthopedic surgeon, and he said, Jeff, you remember that project we worked on? I still use that technique today. It's never let me down. Long after you were my rep, I'm still doing this technique, and I still think of you every time I do it. It really made an impact. And I'll tell you what, you couldn't have made my day any better than when I heard that. Here's someone that I greatly respect, who I believe does exceptional work. And here they are giving me a little bit of credit for an idea that I had that helped everybody in the process at the time. And now it's helped hundreds of patients, his patients, in the years, the decade really since. That's cool. That's the great feeling. That's that rewarding, fulfilling feeling that I talk about all the time. It's that non-monetary fulfillment that you need to be looking for if you're going to do your very best work. The commission checks are great. They're necessary. You need money to spend. You have people who depend on you. But when you do it for a reason that's a little bit bigger than that, it just feels different. It hits different. And it's enough to get you out there, to get you motivated, to get you encouraged and excited to do more of that kind of good for more people. So if you don't feel like you're making a difference as a seller, I suggest you go find some way to make a difference. Not only will you feel better doing it, but you'll do it better in the process and throughout the service process. Everybody wins when you're doing the right things for the right reasons. So if you don't know your why, if you can't attach some sort of non-monetary fulfillment to the work that you do, I suggest you either try a little harder or find something else to sell that gives that to you. Because everybody wins when you're doing it that way.